my first time moderating these three beautiful young ladies, but I'm sure a few of you are back here for another appearance. I've heard a lot of things that's happened, so we're just going to make sure that while I'm here, we're going to keep this civil. Whatever. This is a very, very important announcement that I need to make right now. So please listen carefully and please abide by what I'm about to request of you. There will be absolutely no flash photography at all. And I say this for medical reasons. So let's not think it's because it's a Dragon Con rule. We're doing it right now for medical reasons. Please, no flash photography. And we're going to make this fine and happy. All right. Once Upon a Time fans, where are you? Obviously, without any further ado, these three stunning young ladies are going to come out here and just stun the hell out of you. Let's bring out the lovely Marion Dungey, Kristen Bauer, and Victoria Scribbett. They are incredibly good looking and beautiful, but you know, I'm just a guy, so excuse me. Check is in the mail, she says. All right. Hi, ladies. How's it feel to be evil?
Always good.
Yeah? We don't have any other fetishes here, like, you know, other than evil.
There are children in this.
Are there children in the audience?
I
Get out.
They
said. Okay, Once Upon a Time. Wow. You guys are fabulous on the show right now. How do you feel about it? And let me ask you this first. There are microphone people. There's one right there. Peg and Aaron, are you on this side? Or oh, there's the other one on there. If you guys have any questions for these beautiful young ladies up here, you're going to want to go on either side of the aisle and line up behind them. So you can do that at any time. Take your time. We have time. Just go ahead and line up. Let me ask this real quick before anybody else does. The audition process. Before being chosen for the role, how exactly did you, or how was it presented to you, the characters that they wanted you to portray, and how did you execute that in the audition? I'll ask you first.
Well, I can actually speak for all of us that none of us auditioned. We were all offered the part, which was so lovely. We were picked to do the roles.
You guys are that amazing that they didn't need to.
Someone did say to me, they said, how do you feel about being offered the job as the ugliest villain in Disney history? No. And I thought, I'll take it. Yeah, come on, Ursula's hardly pretty. You said that? Well, Ursula's the fattest villain in Disney. She's the most purple. She's the most purple. She's got the most legs.
I don't know. I think you guys pretty much. Go ahead.
Green. Yeah. Nobody was hot. Nobody was.
Yeah.
Well,
no. The princess gets to be hot. The villains.
The princess. You know, it's the evil roles in television and movies that are the most interesting. That brings out the most character in an individual. And just you telling me that you were offered that role without auditioning, either they've seen something of you guys in the past, or you laid out cash on the table, I don't know.
Well, I had said this earlier, that Adam and Eddie had worked with JJ and JJ Abrams, and they were big fans of Alias.
So are
and had enjoyed my work on that, so that's where that connection, that's, you know, so they knew I could go to dark places.
Yeah.
With us.
Yeah, I guess a visual resume is, you know, just speaks volumes. How about
Not
you
always.
guys? Yeah, not always.
We toil in the trenches still.
I auditioned for Belle's mum, didn't get it. Instead got lovely Cruella, for which I'm eternally grateful. At the audition for Belle's mum, there was soldiers coming in, we're in a castle, I had to hide a kid. I presume Belle, I can't remember. And it was all one of those sort of in the audition, and there was books, and I had to move the books. And I thought, I'm just going to go for it. So I had my own little world in my head, and I'm moving books, and I'm under the table, and hiding it. There's nothing there. Little did I realize that actually would stand me in good stead when you're actually filming in a massive
blue screen room of nothingness, and you've got to create the whole world yourself. So I think they took one look at me and said, she's not Belle's mother, but she can handle a bit of crazy, so I love that.
And one last question before we go to the questions out here. Obviously, you have material, you know, that you can research back on. How much creative licenses did you take in your characters, knowing that those characters existed in the past and people more familiar with that kind of personality of each three of these evil, I hate saying that, I'm not going to say that anymore. Okay,
We are evil, darling, live with
No,
it.
you're beautiful, wonderful people with hearts, but other than that, the research material, how far back or how much of that did you have to pick up on?
I studied the Crimean War, Holocaust, and then I was ready. No, it sort of went like costumes called me to get my measurements, right? And then they said, "Oh, good, we think it'll fit you." And I said, "What is it?" And they said, she goes, "I don't know, I think it's a purple thing." And I said, "Like Barney?" So it came to mind. I'm not feeling confident about this wardrobe department. And then I showed up and it did fit me, and I didn't look like Barney. And then I met the hair and makeup people, and they did amazing things. And I had on the plane, it was very quick, I got my dialogue, and the show wasn't on yet, so I didn't know who I'd be saying it to. And then
This is
Lana,
season one.
season one,
yes,
yeah,
right.
Lana
Okay.
rocked up. And I was like, I'm good.
Maren, how did you have?
Well,
You had one movie, but
yeah, and I mean, and she's, looks incredibly different from myself, and moves a lot different than I do. But and it wasn't underwater, so there's that. But I said this earlier that like what's great is that they really want the costumes and just they want that to speak for you because everyone knows what that is.
Sure.
So, you named me Ursula, and I remember I had it they didn't put it, when I first showed up, I'm in overalls and coveralls working at the aquarium, and I had this little badge that said Ursula, which they gave that to me, from the Seaquarium or wherever I was working. But they didn't want me to do the voice, they didn't want me to do, because that's what I thought, I kept working on the voice, I was like, I wanted to have her, and and they're like, just take it down, this is real, we're just letting that speak for you, and those costumes are so big, and the CGI is all there. They want you to play it like a straight drama, without all that extra. They don't want you to, so all I can take from that which I know about Ursula is her intention and and her disgruntledness and her,
right. And I appreciate that because shows today based on comics or fantasy or whatever are coming more into the believability realm for our intelligent audiences. So we would prefer to see something as close to reality as possible, and you guys have obviously pulled that off. So thank you so much for that. Let's go for our first question. Where are you? Someone's down. There you go. And they're going to be a little in the dark, so you might have to cover your eyes a bit. What side? Let's go ahead and start on the right side here. My side here. Yes. Hello. Go ahead.
Hi, it's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to be here because my flight, but I'm still here.
Get your flight.
So if there was a spin-off, what would be the first thing you guys would want to have explored with your story as the Queens of Darkness, Lana included? And it doesn't even have to be on like ABC. If it was like HBO or something, just whatever.
Wait a minute.
Out of that group.
You realize what she's asking.
Yeah.
It's a Disney show, you understand?
Explore.
She tries to, HBO was the
key.
reveal, yeah. That's where we knew what was going on.
Well, do we live together? We all have separate apartments.
Right, it becomes like
The Golden
Sex
Girls?
in the City. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Is it the Golden Girls or is it Sex in the
Well, if
City?
it runs long enough, it's the Golden Girls.
Right. You know what I would love? If it was like Sex in the City. We don't all have to live in the same place, but we have like costumes that are super sassy,
Right.
but still of our colors. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like
Right.
which they
I'm
kind of
always
did.
purple.
You always have like purple color scheme, and you always have like red,
Green
you know. But we
and-
have great, Louboutin and
Yeah.
Manolo Blahnik.
We'll be moving out of the fashion realm of this shortly, so that's taken care
We
of.
might not, love.
Yeah.
But
We won't be action
but
now.
that were like the bad girls, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, we're up to no good. We're always scheming,
Yeah.
and getting into shit. It'd be awesome.
I wonder where we'd live. Like New York has been done,
I-
but maybe it's like a.
What are we, Phoenix? Phoenix.
What if we
Like a
lived in the White House and we ran the country? Just saying, it's time for a female president, maybe, and it could be all of us.
And you imprison all the men just so, you know, all the women can run.
Oh no,
the-
men have a lot of uses. There's the trash that needs to go out. You can't get the zipper done on your back. You know, they
I can do that
Yeah.
though. I have so many arms. I can do
They
that.
can live.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Right,
true.
I can do dishes
Look
and
at the
zipping
shaking of the head. Are we emasculating you? I don't mean to love.
I don't mean
Oh,
to.
I'm sorry. You were
I don't mean
talking.
to. I just love the way she does.
Oh my God, man, there's no. And I
Yeah, the
wanted to.
spin-off at the White House. That's what I'm going for. Move over, Kerry Washington. The bitches are in town.
Oh, you know, you're
And
creating.
that was the quote of the con. Thank you.
You're creating anarchy here at DragyCon right now. I don't think I can take it.
That's what happened to me
that-
yesterday.
Yeah, the chair is kind of.
Please put that GIF on YouTube or whatever you call GIF. I'm just making it up and down in the middle.
Yeah. Stand up and get over to.
There's a large sort of cliff that our chairs
Yeah.
fall off of. She's not doing something
Yeah,
strange.
I think John, like someone made a good point. John
I'm not
Harmon
doing it.
was in that chair and he actually fell backwards on it on purpose. He does that. And he may have kind of damaged it a bit, so you got to kick Arrow's
I'm gonna,
ass.
let's, moving
okay?
on. Next question.
Guest starring appearances on Arrow, and you can take out your vengeance there.
Next question.
All right, hello.
Okay. Hi guys. Oh wow, that's loud. I was here yesterday, and I first want to say sorry, Kristen, for yelling out, "Just go and call Lana." But
Why? It was awesome.
I know, but it's tied to that. Has she responded yet? And also Victoria.
Yeah.
We should just name that the West Wing 2.
West Wing 2.
Yes. If you haven't seen Aaron Sorkin's West Wing, I highly recommend
certainly
it.
have.
Oh my God.
But yes.
She was in it.
I was. I did an episode. But I just would love to see the three of us walking down and doing a walk and talk, like those
Yeah,
Aaron
the walk-
Sorkin walk and talks.
I always
That
love
would've
it
been
when they go,
amazing.
they were walking and saying something very important and saying something more important. Then someone comes up and goes, "I have a letter for you, sir." And they go, "Yes. It means POTUS wants to see us right now." I'm like, "How did you have time to read that?"
The best thing is that they don't like walk and walk and walk, and then somebody hands something, and then they go da 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 da, and then they just hand it to somebody else, and then it's just it's the most brilliant thing.
It's brilliant.
Anyway, what? Has Lana called back?
I'm gonna take the fifth.
All right.
She may not have. And then the other thing is I realized because I have a blocked number on my cell phone, I thought I better unblock it. So I actually had to dial the star 82 before the number. And it occurred to me later, I hope that I dialed that right. I could have left that message for some random person. It was like, who the hell was that?
Your
But yeah.
contractor looks at you weird on Monday.
Yeah.
You'll know why.
But I'm just gonna leave Lana be. She will get back to us, you know, at some point and say what she will. But I feel bad now. There's like a whole Dragon Con after her.
We wouldn't do that, right? We're nice people. Right? No. Oh my God.
She's like, it's Sunday. It's my day off. We're like, no. We have pressing matters.
If
It's
you
the
do,
West
like,
Wing.
honestly, if you do this, it's like Nina in Project One Way, and I always make fun of her when she's doing that. It's like, why don't they turn the lights down on her? But honestly, you can see everybody now. It's amazing.
Well,
Why didn't I wear a visor, like a weird visor?
With the lights up here, we can only see like the maybe front 2 rows.
I think we okay, even if the lights came
Holy
up just
shit, there's a lot of people.
slightly.
I gotta watch what I say.
Wow, look at that.
And
We
I can see
you.
horns. Look, I
Oh
can
my
see
God!
Cruella.
And my coconut water gal. That's my coconut water love.
Cruella right there.
Oh my God! And Belle. And there's a little lovely girl over there.
We got our spots.
Hi. Let's do it like this. Let's like open it up. I
It will it will
feels
remain
less-
as
yeah.
is. It will remain as, you guys are freaking awesome.
Can I say something here?
Anytime you want.
I am just so floored with all the love. Truly, truly, truly. I know I'm going to speak for my gals. Like, it is such a pleasure. I cannot believe the people who, like, I hope Andrea went and got her plane. Get the hell out of here, sweetheart, please. No, go. I mean, and people who came to support me at the show last night, at 5 Truths and a Lie, and just that you guys keep showing up and taking pictures, and just, it really means so much to us, honestly.
And this is genuine.
well-
I mean, the people that come out to see you guys, they're, you know, they're, of course, they're interested in the character, but they're interested in the person as well behind the character.
Well, this is our opportunity to get interested in the
In you.
person too, because you know I look around, I'm like, there's Trisha and Andrea, and there's Laura and Shannon, and you start getting to know everybody, and Danny, and you're like, oh, God, you're getting to know everybody, which
Yeah.
is
It's
really
so
cool,
awesome.
which is really
So
cool for us. so.
Stupid question, excuse me for my ignorance. How many conventions have you guys done so far?
A couple.
Okay, that's more than 3.
5? You're the queen.
5,
She
Kristen?
dragged us into this match. She said, guess what?
Oh, Kristen dragged you in?
Chris came to our room one day and
I introduced her to
he said,
a
let me tell you
woman
about the
who booked it,
cons.
and
Let me
so
tell you about the cons.
yes,
Let me tell you about the
I feel
cons.
very responsible for them, and so yeah, you're
Yeah.
doing all right. They're doing all right.
Yeah.
We're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Great, thank
Well,
you.
these are the fans. These are literally the professionals here out there. You guys are professionals on TV. These guys are professionals in gratification and appreciation. And they know when they like something, they will show up and show it to you. This
I
is
saw
normal for us.
professionals and gratification was something entirely different. That's the oldest profession in the books. And none of you look like you could be. It's all right. You look far too civilized and lovely. Do you have any questions? You
Yeah.
need glasses. Otherwise, we'll just talk shite up here.
This young lady over here on the right side. Yeah. Question?
I still like doing my Nina.
I just want to say, at first, after the Frozen clip at the end of the season, I was like, oh gosh, things are about to get good. But I'm working on my acting career, starting it up and everything, and I want to know, how does it feel to get into that evil character and learn why they have all this rage and passion into it?
Crimean War.
Nazis and yeah.
No, I kind of just make it up from the dialogue.
But you know what, here's the thing, that we're not evil. We just,
Misunderstood, right?
no, we're just misunderstood. There's something bothering us. Someone wronged us, and we, you know, how about all those times that you know, like your roommate or husband or wife didn't do X, Y, and Z, or that friend, and you
Totally.
feel justified in not doing the dishes, or I'm not gonna put them away, or what, you know, like that. It's just like that, but piled upon, you know, it's just that thing of, you know, there's a reason. They're not like, there's a reason. You have to have a reason. And that reason might be crazy to other people. And
Because I want to.
but that's fair. But yeah, Cruella was just, I wanted to.
But Victoria, you are a narcissistic sociopath, though, literally.
Personally, sure.
I mean, not in person.
Otherwise, you can't get into this business, love. No. No, like Cruella is a proper sociopath. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt.
Right, Cruella is a narcissist.
Yeah, maybe instead of the White House, I'll just run Coca-Cola or something. Are mostly the sociopath CEOs of major companies, but no, she's the only one that Marin's absolutely right. You know, most people who are cross and angry and do take the wrong path, it's because they feel like they've been crossed and wronged. Just Corella's just slightly different. She just loved
Women's
it.
scorn kind of scenario.
Yeah, anyone's scorned, honey.
Yeah. Well, men recover. We recover quick.
I think you just forget.
Yeah.
Do you?
I'm so outnumbered up here.
Yeah.
Hi. On that side.
Hi, I'm Haley, and I have two questions. One is, are you guys going to be at the Hall of Fame today?
Walk of Fame? Walk of
No,
Fame.
we'll be there just after this, sweetheart.
But
Great.
not for long. We're just
Yeah.
there like another hour.
So after this panel, get down there quickly, okay? And that way you won't miss it,
Run.
okay?
Okay, and the second one is for Christian. How did it feel to do Maleficent, like play Maleficent?
It was really great, is the short answer. The longer answer is it's so much fun to get to play with really wonderful, sweet people. And also everyone on the one set, you know, this last season, it's the 4th season, so they've really been working together for quite a while, and they've got strong friendships, and they have a really good understanding of their characters, and we felt really supported by that.
Totally.
And then also I had these 2 ladies with me who were so much fun. So, and Lana has the biggest, easiest laugh. I just love her. And then Bobby.
And she was super welcoming. Like
Super welcoming.
Because I think that during the Frozen thing, her storyline was like a little bit, you know, she wouldn't, there was other things happening. And so she was so, like when we were doing our wardrobe fittings, she came running in and was like, oh, you look amazing, and was so supportive and was like just excited to play, you know? And Bobby, he was so excited to come like and get to do some delicious stuff too. It was good.
I love there was really a day where Ginny and Josh were in the makeup bus taking their.
Was that the day they were singing
Faces
Bang Bang?
Yeah, probably.
Rapid Bang Bang.
And Ginny, she said, I came into this room, she goes, Josh, we're going to stay here and see what she looks like under this stuff. Because what if I'm walking down the road and Vic walks by and goes, hey, love? And I'll just go, oh, I don't know you, and keep moving. So she literally
How about Eddie didn't recognize you in the elevator?
Yeah, that's right. Eddie, I mean, she stayed for like 20 minutes while Cruella's face came off and the wig came off. She was like, oh my God, you're blonde. And Eddie, I was in an elevator in a lift at the hotel we were staying at in Vancouver. And I'd been working for 2 or 3 weeks. And there was this fella in the lift, carrying a big bag, and me being me, I'm like, hey, how you doing, where are you going? And he's like, I'm going to LA. I'm like, cool, bring back some sunshine. I'm just talking. And he's looking at me, he goes, you're, no, are you, good? Are you, no you're not, no. I'm like, what, he goes, are you, no, are you Victoria? And I said, yeah. He goes, oh my God, I've been watching you as Cruella for 3 weeks and I had no idea. This is you? I mean, even the creator hadn't a clue. It was fun.
That's so funny.
I know.
That's amazing.
Cool beans. You good? So the recognizability of your character in public these days, or you as you are in public these days, like you said, in Lyft, someone recognized you. Are you guys, the rest of you guys, Kristen, Mary, are you guys getting that on the street?
I get it sometimes, and when I had the blonde hair, I went to my daughter's school to pick her up. No, it was parent-teacher conference day, and so all these kids are out there playing, and then one little kid just goes, that's Ursula! And then literally 30 kids, I don't know how they all had phones. They all had iPhones. I'm like, you're 10! And they're ripping up their homework and I said, I think you need that. Like, and making me sign, and then my daughter's over on the monkey bars and like not even, and then she comes up, she goes, are you signing autographs?
Embarrassing me.
And then I had to go hide because I'm like I gotta go get to my kids' conference. Like I'm like this is you know, but and then I was hiding from kids. But yeah, so I get it when I change my hair, I get it less. But you got it at Disneyland hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Recognized. We both did.
But generally speaking, not really, because but then when the episode where I died came out, generally speaking, not really, because I don't really look like her and don't really sound like her, so I was like, who's gone? It's not really cool.
You drive like her.
I do drive like her.
Kristen, are you getting recognized?
Yeah, as the seasons of True Blood grew, it grew,
True
so
Blood,
I could
sure.
kind of tell how popular the show was by how much that happened.
Right.
How weird was it though, that first time that the three of us and John went to the airport, our director John Emile, who's amazing, he did that first big episode that we did. And we all got to the airport, we're going back to Los Angeles, it was like 20 days later, and there was paparazzi waiting for us at the airport.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Weird.
always
Because
impressive.
the show hadn't even begun.
I was about to say, you
It
guys.
hadn't even aired. It was
Like, how do
months
they-
behind. We had no idea.
They must live at the airport.
And we
Probably.
even like tweeted,
Under
like there
rock.
wasn't even, I don't even think that they had announced that I was playing Ursula. Like I don't even think we shot in Steveston. I don't even think that there was, I don't know, I don't remember that part. But the bottom line is that was weird.
All right. Who's the next question? Is it on this side of the room? Hi.
Bulls. Hello.
Oh, hey!
Hey, girls. What
Hi, girl. My name's Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Hey, how's it going? I was just wanting to know if the Queens of Darkness had a theme song, what would it sound like?
She wants us to sing that song that we were singing when we did our photo shoot. But you sing it. You sing it.
Let's give Jody back the mic. Okay, you sing it, Jody?
What if it was
Jody don't sing, Jody raps.
Whoa. No,
Challenge
no,
extended.
Jody, you just opened up a door
Challenge
wide open for
accepted.
you. So let's go ahead and rap your theme song.
Okay, well listen, you know Lana Parrilla rapped at Spooky Empire. If you didn't see it, you need to see it. I'm the one that asked the question and got her to, so y'all gotta sing a song or do something.
What's happening? There's notes.
Uh-oh, they're writing. Oh no. Here we go. That's what they do in schools. Pass notes to each other. What is it? Who's gonna sing it? Who's gonna do it?
There's nothing to sing.
Well, she's just promised to do a burlesque dance, that's all.
That's just a Sanford and Son thing. So
Wait,
that's
is
not
that-
ours.
Hold on, wait. Is that Sanford and Son? You gonna say what the hell?
I just us walking down the street.
Got it.
Queens of darkness. That would be the sitcom version of the show.
How about that, Jody? Okay.
That work out? Thanks, ma'am.
Good job on you. Hi. What's up over on this side?
Hi.
Hey. Hi.
You perform stories driven by women, but sometimes you come to places where women's voices get drowned out on panels. Last night, 5 Truths and a Lie had stories by men about careers and stories by women about men. How do you balance fans' expectations for female role models against the world's expectations for femininity?
That was deep. That was really deep.
Wow.
After that, over to Nerds.
First of all, I wanted to say that at least the 5 Truths and a Lie thing wasn't about. It's ironic that the 3 women told stories that had to do with men, but that was our choice of what story to tell. And I said in that, because let me just quickly say that show, the theme was to boldly go, stories of new discoveries and jumping in with both feet. And I dismissed telling any stories about my career because my whole life is jumping in with both feet and being asked to do crazy.
You said that at the start. You said that was the start of your story.
Yeah, and then I said the only time I never did jump in with both feet and do something crazy and wild was, I just don't do that in my life. And then the only time that I really did that, I took a first date that was literally took me to England, and that's how I met my husband. So I told that story because it's a beautiful story and it was like a brave story.
Also, I don't think it makes you less of a woman with a voice just because you talk about men. Because, we're all here. It doesn't make you less of a powerful woman to include them in your lives. So I don't quite understand. Do you feel like all the women should have talked about the career and the career only? Because in my head, right, stay with me for a second. In the 80s, to be a powerful woman, you had to wear a red suit with big shoulders and you had to pretend to be a man.
And tennis
you had
shoes.
to lock down your femininity.
Right.
I think we've got to a place now where we accept women for 100% being as female as they want to be, as male as they want to be, as strong as they want to be, as soft as they want to be, as vulnerable, as kind, and as fucking evil as you choose. I don't think we're as locked down by the parameters anymore. So when she did her story about falling in love with her husband and throwing herself in with both feet, I thought it was the most wonderful goddamn message to all of us, which is be brave, and not just in her career, in your life with your heart.
Not a story about love, because it could have been 2 females, 2 males. That
Doesn't
was
matter.
the point of the story, was to
Yeah.
boldly go.
Exactly.
Boldly date a chicken.
And also, I think the thing is, I think it's funny that the men told stories about their careers because forgive me, sometimes men think like this. And I only know this because I am married.
Yeah, we
And
got this. Thank you.
Thanks. I can only say this because I am married and have been married for quite some time, and I can, even while I'm here, it's like I know what my kids are eating, I know where they need to be on Tuesday, I know who's like, what time they, went to bed. I have all like, going on, plus I'm like, okay, then I've got to do for my career, and then I've got for my own personal stuff. Like, it's a multi-level situation happening here, and my husband's like, but have we picked the house paint yet? Like, he's just like, and then it's like, shift focus.
It's true.
So that I find ironic that they had to tell a story about their career because that's what they think about jumping in with both feet. It's just.
It's so true.
Yeah, true.
It's so
Yeah.
true.
I didn't see it as an issue. Oh, I may speak now? No, I didn't see it as...
And next question.
You're in.
Go ahead.
We men will just
Talk about boldly going. Go ahead.
No, we're gonna go. We're
Say what you have to say.
Thank you. Next question.
We are on this side of the young woman. Beautiful dress.
Cinderella, you're on.
Cinderella, hello. Hi. Yes.
Hi. I just want to say that you guys are amazing. But I wanted to ask about the difference between the dark kind of side of Disney and the dark side of Once Upon a Time, because your stories got way beyond the expectations of like a normal Disney kind of villain.
Okay.
So, what's the easiest place to get to there?
I think all of Disney is very dark. In a way. I mean, parents are constantly dying.
And deer.
Or parents of deer.
Parents of deer.
And or they don't, exist. Or there's so much,
Cinderella.
sadness and abuse. Cinderella is dark. That Cinderella movie was dark.
It's very dark, but I think once we're in human form and not in cartoon, maybe it seems more real and darker. But actually the story points are pretty dark in Disney.
But I also think they're pretty right on. I think they stay. Look, it's ABC and it's Disney, and they keep it. Like that.
Keep it fresh.
But that Disney brand is protected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. So I don't think anything's any darker than.
Driving in your car, Lana comes to pick me up. No, I pick her up in the car, so I go, she wants to drive, that's right. But anyway, we do our whole villain thing. We get in the car and they go, cut, you have to put on your seatbelts. It's Disney. Like, really? Maleficent gets in the car, badass, and then... So it's very protected. And you couldn't smoke.
You couldn't
So
smoke?
she held
Instead
your
of
hand.
smoking, this is why, you probably thought I was crazy, but that's why I did this. This was my secret little non-winked, the iconic long cigarette holder, which I couldn't have. It gave me backache, darling, but it was worth it.
I have to agree with all of you. At Disney, it's always been dark. I mean, in the 1930s with Dumbo. I mean, I don't think there's been a Disney movie where anybody hasn't really cried in any of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
And how you said live action, like I saw that Cinderella movie with my kids, the new one that came out. And when it's people, it does seem a little, because you see all the abuse and you see the cartoon Cinderella, weeping on the ground, like when her sisters are mean. But it's worse when you see a person and what they're making her do.
Right.
It's worse. And so, but it's not any different than what has already been told.
Excellent. So there is darkness there.
There's darkness here.
There's darkness here.
There's actually some darkness here.
And then
This is a dark panel, y'all.
And then there's man. Small uncle. Anyway.
What brave soul.
We are so outnumbered, dude. You're on your own. Okay, sorry. Hi, question outside.
Hey, my name is Emily.
Hi.
Hi. I have a question for Kristen and
Might it be a True Blood question?
and for Victoria as well. So for Kristen, if Maleficent and Pam were in a fight, who would win?
Pam.
And if Cruella and Lady Jane were in a fight, who would win?
Lady Jane.
Clearly you haven't seen Alias.
Unfortunately, I haven't.
Francie would crush Ursula. Just in case you wanted to file that under that answer.
Yeah. That's right.
Just in case.
That's right.
Oh, I am so turned on right now. Hi, you got a question?
You're not alone in that. So speaking of boldly dating a chick, I was wondering if somewhat on the show, but mostly in the social media, I really enjoyed how Marin and Victoria were embracing Sea Devil, and if you could talk about that.
In what context, love? We're friends.
We embrace Sea Devil because we embrace the fact that you guys found the connection that Vic and I have as people and as actors. We like hit it off, and we just hit it off
I feel like I've known her forever.
Seriously, and
Both of
but we had that whole thing in the beginning where we had just so much to do, and we just had a blast. And the great news is it translated into this thing of that part when we walked out of the restaurant, out of Granny's, and we see Hook, and we don't know, they didn't tell us what the connection was with me and Hook at the time, so we're just playing what we gotta play. And then, and I'm like, Hook. And he's like, and then J-Lo was like, what's up? And then you put your arm on my back. And I have seen that gif a million times of you putting your arm on my back. And it was just this thing of us, and we felt it was this girlfriend thing of come on, fuck him, him. But it's translated into this other thing for other people, and that's fantastic. But it just means that you saw our relationship together as, we had chemistry as people. And it's become this other thing, and we're like, Sea Devil, okay, fantastic. And if it means something, more, or has this multi-level feeling, or there's fan fiction, there's all kinds of stuff out there, and all this thing. Well, we have done our job as actors because you enjoy our chemistry and our performances. So I think that probably.
So you're not assuming that the writers are going to carry this on any further? They're just going to leave it into the minds of their...
Versus embracing a pile of goo.
The dead body of my lover. No, actually, as I say, Disney protects things. I don't know that they're necessarily going to have a cross species, really, relationship in that respect. But they did with other characters. I think Mulan and Sleeping Beauty was it. I don't know. I don't know, and I certainly don't want to say what they're going to do or not do. I think we are both so thrilled that our chemistry translated and became this wonderful.
Yeah, because it's nice because you get what you get on the page, but then it's our job to lift it off the page. And if you get on as human beings, there's sort of a innate trust there that you can play and you can do different things. And I can reach out and put my arm on her back protectively. That's not on the page, but I'll put it there because I'm protective over Marin, and I figure as Cruella would look after her, and so you're sort of adding in bits and pieces. So you start the game at a different level when there's a trust between people. When you meet, sometimes you go to work and you meet the person you're playing opposite, and you're like, oh God. And you're starting at not just ground zero, you're starting at, sort of -50. And you have to claw your way up to a relationship to be able to build those extra things to pull it off the page. Whereas it was easy as pie with these two. So I love the fact that you love the Sea Devil.
And I love that the three of us, that they're that these bitches hung out together. It was that these girls were all together, and they were together in cahoots. That we were these queens of darkness. I love that they connected the three of us as evil characters that hung out, and what did they do? And I think that's why we've always been joking about a spin-off, because it's who doesn't want to see these ladies get together and do more fun things together? There's a chemistry with the three of us, and it was a really interesting thing for them to create and come up with. So
I don't know.
I'm glad it lifted for you. That's awesome.
I wouldn't trust each other. Something.
Well, that's what's cool too, is that we don't
want.
trust each other either. It's who's going to betray who quickly.
Right. Exactly. Hi.
Hi. My name is Jenny. I totally love you guys on the show. Your costumes are exquisite, but I'm wondering, was there anything you loved about your costumes or hated about them?
Well, go for the hate first. I want to know. Yeah, really, it's easy to say what you like, but what exactly did you hate about your costume?
Vic and I had to do a little corset education.
We did have to teach her.
Because we'd been in corsets for a while.
Yeah,
I didn't believe them.
And
I was
we
like,
went
and
to
Lana,
lunch.
Lana was like,
Yeah.
don't eat.
Yolanda as well.
Lunch.
We said to Marion, you're not going to want to eat lunch. And she was like, no, I'm good.
I was like, I'm hungry. And they're like,
don't do
You're
it.
going to be hungry as long as you're in that. You have two choices, hunger or pain. Because the food will go to about here and be like,
well, you said don't take it off. You said
Yeah,
don't
I
take
said
it off.
oh,
take it
and
off
then
as
she
well.
said she was going to take it off and eat lunch.
no.
And we were like, ooh.
No. Don't do that.
Girl.
And I didn't listen.
Not a good news.
And it was a bad day.
That was a bad day.
Because when you take it off, your lungs expand back to normal.
Your liver moves back to where it should
Everything
be.
goes back. And then you eat, and then you try and put, it's literally, imagine after Thanksgiving, putting a corset on. So you've eaten, and that's what, and I literally ate like 4 shrimp. I remember it was 4 shrimp. I was like, and then I put the corset back on, and it was like, literally like putting on your tightest jeans after Thanksgiving. And now you gotta wear it all day and act. So it was really, really tight. And that crown was very beautiful, but heavy.
I remember you said that your hairdresser had never met a pin he didn't like, and I thought that was very funny because she had so many hair pieces. It was astounding.
Yeah, and I would have to I'd go in my trailer, when I learned to not eat and just drink soup, I would, because I couldn't.
Yeah, in the old days you'd have a leaning board.
Yeah.
We had those in Dracula. We had leaning
did?
boards. Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, I don't think it almost feels like they didn't make it across the pond or something.
Maybe
you know,
not.
I mean,
Yeah.
but they had them in the old days. I don't know why, because
we wouldn't pay the postage.
But Eduardo is a genius, and that costume team is amazing. And they built all our costumes from the ground up. Mine was that material, you cannot find it anywhere. They made that. They came up with the graphic print and printed it out, and it was beautiful. And the first time we shot, I didn't have that cape, and then they gave me a cape because it was cold, but it was this beautiful, cool cape and the long gloves so I could stay warm. And
they were so good to us and
really,
taking care
really
of how
good.
cold we were.
And I had serious, awesome boots too. And
Yeah.
I wasn't cold. I had fur.
I know. But then when we would shoot on stage,
When we
you
showed
had
on stage,
that 60 pounds. That was 60 pounds. That fur.
Yeah, I name all my furs. So the big white one was Clarissa, and then Mabel was my black and white driving jacket, darling, and Blanche is my little white one, and then I had a stole called Alley Cat. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Just thought I'd throw that in.
But you were hot.
But yeah, but coming, you do the scenes in the studio, and you're hunched over, and you're pitched forward in your red heels, and you're pitched back by 60 pounds of fur. You're still trying to get the hunch for Cruella. So in the studio, the fur would come. We had a little, like a leaning post for Clarissa that she went straight back on. But when we were in the Enchanted Forest, baby, guess who was winning? Everyone wanted to be my friend.
And you had somebody combing your fur all the time.
Oh,
With a
yeah.
special comb.
Clarissa's looking untidy, darling.
I'm a baby, and I had boots that had like rubber sole, and so I didn't matter, so I could be in the mud because it's rainy. It's Vancouver. She would wear her heels. She's like, I'm not Cruella without the heels.
I can't be Cruella in
You
pants, darling.
slog through the mud and the rain in those heels, and it was unbelievable.
That's the worst thing happened to me in my day. I am winning.
You're dressed though. When I remember walking to the costume shop and was like, with those rubies.
I know, that was incredible. And there's another one that was built, very similar. It was purple, the amazing collar with embroidered dragons. And I never got to wear it.
Darling,
yes. They decided that I was supposed to wear it. I can't remember what stage, but they decided that I should still be in the other one. It's very confusing when we're going back and forth, and it's still hanging there.
Yes, but how about your Storybrooke look was the best?
That was
I mean, it was the best. It was like
It was
this
incredible.
cashmere. So we were all like, "You have to steal that." She'd be like, "I have to steal this."
Yeah.
Well, this is awesome because, you know, Disney-esque or all the Disney style movies or whatever was a lot of focus on fashion.
Yeah.
You know, from Cinderella getting that beautiful dress and then
Yes.
carried through. Disney seems to have a reputation for like, you know, let's dress them to the nines. You
Yeah.
know, no matter who they are, good, evil, even if they're, you know, a tramp, let's just dress them to the nines. And
Yeah.
you guys, it's a big fashion show for you, isn't it?
It really was fun, and those people are so creative and amazing, and they build everything from scratch, which is quite incredible.
Well, most everything.
Yeah.
Like my jacket was from, I don't remember what it was from, but it was like my Storybrooke look was, the skirt was built, the jacket was bought, but then they painted it all those different shades of purple and green and to give it a sort of oceany look.
And your leather pants you were able to also buy.
Yes. My
And your
leather
boots.
leggings.
Pleather leggings.
You're no one without a pair of leather leggings. But a lot of my beautiful sparkly sequin dresses were from Holt Renfrew, and you know, I was wearing like $1,000 dress to the mud. I'm like,
And your jewels were like from Claire's. Like your jewels were literally from
they're just, but they've got a really clever eye because you know,
Yeah.
style isn't about spending money. Style is about knowing what stuff is and what it looks like and putting it together. And Eduardo and his team were.
They have a PhD in shopping.
We were
Wow.
very lucky.
All right, we got some more questions. What side are we looking at? This side? Hi.
Hi, I'm Jen.
Hi, Jen.
I have
Hi,
a
Jen.
question about driving. Who is the worst driver, Cruella or Henry?
Henry? Me.
I second that.
Wow, so in real life, you guys are.
No,
Have you
I've
ever seen the cartoon? Cruella does not drive like a normal human.
She has a.
Yeah, but neither do you.
That's true.
But neither do you. We've actually never driven together in a car in real life.
I'll drive you.
I'm sure you will. I almost was like,
you
I think-
home.
let's call an Uber. But you would drive in
Drive
in
on the
the
405 in a diamond lane.
In the show, she wasn't the best driver ever.
Awesome.
Where we were shooting late into the night, and you've got rules, like you can only work a 14-hour day and then you're done. And we were back in the car, it wasn't the train stuff, we were just...
Is this the one I fell asleep?
It was a little reshoot. And we're all doing it, we're trying to stay awake. And we're like, we've had coffee. Okay, come on. We've got one more. And I go, yakka, yakka, yakka. And Lana goes, yakka, yakka, yakka. And this one goes, yakka, yakka, yakka. And then nothing. Tumbleweed. We're like, Marin, wake
And
up.
I look over,
Your line.
and she's asleep in
And
the
she
middle of the
just
day.
says, And then
Because she had just flown in from England.
England, I'd been at England at Christmas
I
time. And it
know.
was, and that week,
She
it
slept
was
like 2 hours. She fell asleep, so I had
a
2
long
o'clock in the
week,
morning.
guys.
That was
my episode. It was like I was up at 4 a.m. every day. and
It was painful to watch her try to stay awake. She was like digging her fingernails in.
I had pinches all along, like anything to just stay awake. And like honestly, if you watch that episode, in that they cut any of my lines in it because you. And there's a one I've seen it. There's a moment where I'm like. Asleep. But in fairness, we had to shoot. We had 20 pages to
I think
reshoot from.
But I think you flew in the day before that.
It was a couple of it was a couple of days, but because I'd been working, but I was
Oh
like,
my God, that was hilarious.
jet
I was in the back
lagged.
seat with her going, wait, your turn.
Because I also shot because that was second unit. So I had shot all day first unit, and then it was like from like 6 until like 3 in the morning. I had to do these 20 pages of second unit.
It got
And I was
better
just
because we finally got through that, and then we had to go again. So we start up again, and there's a couple of guys shaking the car to make it look like we're moving, and they got the rain coming down, and the windscreen wipers going, and the train was supposed to come along, and we're giving it our
running
best
with
shot.
a light.
Marin's awake. We've got her awake. Right, we're ready. Okay, go. Action. Marin. Let's score. And we're about to come in with the last line, and the lights go down. The plug's pulled, we're at 14 hours, and it's all locked down. And we're all in the darkness in the car, and we hear... 3 o'clock in the morning, it's just absolutely gift. The girl is a goddess.
Awesome. Oh my God. Hi.
I don't know if that was my best time on set. It was mine to answer that question.
Hi, I'm Amanda. So I have a question for Marin, and before I ask it, I just want you to know that I'm all about that bass, No trouble. My question.
It's the rest of your life now that you told that story at a con.
I know.
My question is.
Megan, what's her name? Come to my house with.
How did you feel about Ursula's backstory, especially considering she has such a beautiful singing voice, kind of like Ariel?
Well, I loved her backstory. I thought they did a really beautiful job, you know, and that's why mine went first, because they're like, we knew it. We knew it, like the boys were like, we know exactly what we want to do with yours. And I was like, okay, fantastic. So sadly, I had to leave early because they wrapped me up, so they were ready. But I just thought it was a beautiful way to tie in and make, I feel like, Little Mermaid fans were very satisfied with that ending, and that it was, and it gave me such an excellent, heartfelt justification for why I felt so wronged and why I did what I did and why I was, torturing others, and it gave great meaning. And I honestly, I think it adds a layer to now when you watch the movie again, which I have because I have small children, and it's just like, oh, right, well, that's why she's the way she is. That's what she wants. That's what they decided. But I do. It fits. It doesn't feel like it doesn't seem together. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Never sing that song again. Bye.
I think we can squeak in another one. Question on this side. Hi.
Hi, so my question is, if you were able to speculate on what your happy ending would be, what would it be?
In our own personal lives, or
no, in the show.
Oh, as opposed to what they gave us, if there was something else?
I'd be like, kill. And stay fabulous. And kind of be slightly more alive. I'm not asking for much.
Yeah, happy ending, I guess. I mean, they're evil. Are they supposed to have happy endings?
Well, that's what we were looking for the whole season, was our
Sure,
happy ending.
sure.
I mean, but the happiest ending that I could ever have is to get to go back to Once Upon a Time. Cause more trouble.
Yeah, that West Wing spinoff.
Yep. Okay. We still have about 5 minutes left, so I guess what I need to ask you guys is your relationship with other than the three of you, your other fellow actors on the set, directors, writers, the whole 9 yards. Are you one big family when you're there, or you just go off in your own little cliques?
Well, the writers aren't there.
Right, sure.
They
of course.
come up for episodes, and the producers come up for episodes. I mean, there's some producers that are always there, but when you're working, it is. It's like, like we don't hang out like with everybody offset all the time because people have family and they've been there, and they have other things, obligations to do, and but we did.
We did, and Lana was great about that as well, because she's been living in Vancouver for a while. We're visiting, so she arranged dinners and invited us to her house.
How about that time when we flew up for a reshoot, and Lana was like, how? Yeah, I'd like to make a reservation. It's for the Queens of Darkness. Yeah, we shoot on Once Upon a Time. Thank you. Like, and we totally got the reservation, like the raddest restaurant,
it was
the last minute.
It was a restaurant you could never get into that day. And she goes, should I do it? And we're like, yes. And I think she said, can we have a table tonight? And they were like, no. And she goes, how about for the Queens of Darkness? And they were like, please.
Under what name? Queens of Darkness.
Yeah.
Well, I can imagine when they passed that around the restaurant, they're like, you wouldn't believe was about to show up.
No, because I don't even think had the show aired then? Had it
it had come on.
I don't know.
I think one had. I think the end of the previous.
Oh, right. The end season, the winter finale had come out, but the other part had. It just was very fun.
It was
Staff
awesome.
was waiting inside and cringing as you guys walk to your tables and your little regal steps, and it's like.
We like to think so.
Ursula ordered fish, of course, right? So glad I'm not married. Anyway, well, you guys have been absolutely fabulous. Is there one last question from anyone in the audience? Anyone else have any?
Yes, it's my husband's birthday, so if you check my Twitter feed, you could say happy birthday to him.
Oh, you want to film it?
I left my phone back there.
She's got a question.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. My question is, if you were given the opportunity to choose on once to be a villain or to be a hero in character, which
Villain.
Villain.
Yeah.
Bad guy.
Hi. Go ahead.
I don't have a question, I have a comment. Thank you, wonderful women, for everything you've done for us.
She said, "Thank you,
Thank
wonderful
you.
women, for everything that
Should we? I brought Vic's phone. Do you want to sing happy birthday to my husband? Ready?
you've done." Let us know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Happy birthday to